Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secure Team. What is going on? Now, I know I usually post videos late at night. I'm kind of an insomniac, so the schedule with which I post videos has sort of changed. I've been trying to post videos earlier in the day, as you're seeing, as opposed to in the middle of the night. However, I don't know that the schedule is going to be definite. As I said, I'm an insomniac, so the times that I will post videos will vary, but I will get one up every day. So there's a lot of stuff to talk about. The first of which is this amazing find. Now, this was captured and discovered by Scott Waring, and if you don't know yet, Mr. Waring runs the website UFOsightingsdaily.com. We have a bombshell finding of an object that has been blacked out by NASA that looks to be siphoning energy once again from the sun. Now, this is nothing new, especially if you followed our channel. If you haven't, basically the gist of what's happening is that there have been various documented cases in which we have found objects of all sizes, some of them as large as Earth, some of them many times the size of Earth, that have been seen almost sucking energy or plasma from our sun, as if to fuel their ships. There's been a lot of theories about how these extraterrestrial races would use whatever star they come up upon as an energy source, and it's actually pretty ingenious when you think about it. There is nothing more powerful than our sun and the stars, and it makes perfect sense. Here we have another SOHO image where it looks as almost if NASA has blacked out whatever this structure is that seems to be sucking this plasma band off of the sun. And you can see here that there is obviously something sitting here. Now, could this large black cube be the UFO itself? I'm not so sure about that. I've seen these black cubes appear in the past. As a matter of fact, a year or two back, we did a video in which we captured a triangular-shaped object near the sun. And when we went back the next day to check it, to make sure that it was still there, that it wasn't some sort of glitch, we found that the area, the exact spot where this UFO was, now had a large square painted over top of it, so you could no longer see it. I mean, NASA was completely busted. I remember that the imagery had just come out. It literally had just come out, and we were lucky enough to check the website just as the new imagery had appeared and catch this, and we took a screen grab of it. And then we went back and showed how NASA covered it up by placing it. It was probably within hours they had placed one of these squares over top of it. So my best guess is that there is something they do not want us to see beneath this black square. And it's just an amazing find. Look at this thing. Look at, I mean, it's too good to be a coincidence. And with the recent news that we broke, actually, I think we were the first person to break the news that NASA was going to be shutting down their International Space Station live feed. I mean, there's a lot of strange things going on right now that aren't just coincidences. NASA is shutting down. They are instituting a full media blackout of all of their space videos starting September 1st. And so there's things they do not want us to see. And who knows, the time may come when they decide to no longer allow us to see these SOHO images. And I wouldn't doubt it, because, hey, they just took down the ISS, or in the process of taking it down. So amazing catch by Mr. Waring. Another video that is making waves across the online community of a massive, what some people are calling ball lightning, that happened across a Siberian field recently. So check this out.
Шаровая молния. Эх, сейчас в сторону уйдет. Да это шаровая молния, я просто первый раз в жизни вижу. В сторону сейчас уйдет, зараза. Эй, где? Я потерял его. Что, она разрядится? Нет, куда-нибудь? Все, разрядилось.
Alright, so amazing footage. Now, this was filmed by Roman Tregubov, who spotted this giant fireball, as he called it, moving across a Siberian field. And honestly, I wouldn't be so quick to call this ball lightning. The ball lightning I've seen, or that supposedly exists, I mean, it's very elusive, and at this point, it's really just a theory. But usually when you do see these things, they're appearing way up in the sky, and they will appear for seconds and then disappear. This thing is a massive, glowing orb of something. And the source, who is a Novosibirsk State Technical University graduate, who currently resides in Canada, was visiting Russia, and he was out in the countryside just outside of Novosibirsk in July when he saw this thing moving across this field. So, what do you guys think? Some have said that it's ball lightning. Some have said that it's just some sort of strange electrical anomaly. Others have said that it's still unidentified. But nonetheless, it's very, very mysterious. So let me know what you guys think. This clip has gone viral. It is all over the web. Shout out to Roman Tregubov for posting this up and letting everyone see it. Amazing catch. Now, here is something kind of strange that a viewer sent to me. He found it on the Google Maps, and you can look this up yourself. And he found some strange writing in the middle of the desert right outside of Phoenix. And as I zoom in here, and I will go ahead and flip this around, it's definitely some writing of some sort. You can make out some numbers. There's a large circle, there's an arrow, and then just above it there's a large letter N with another arrow pointing down. My question is, what would this be used for? Obviously, it's created to be seen from high up in the sky. Otherwise, you wouldn't know it was there. And again, this is in the middle of the desert. I don't see any landing strips nearby. I see some dirt roads and stuff like that. But it's virtually in the middle of the desert. So again, any of you guys know what this is? It's just strange. There's a lot of strange things that we found out in the desert all over the world. And so maybe one of you guys can help me out with this. Now, I got an email. This is actually an ongoing investigation. I actually just got this email before I began this video from a viewer, a UK viewer, who lives in the Midlands, and who stated that he began hearing noises outside the back of his home. He started hearing sounds of a helicopter. There was a chopper out there that sounded like it was circling around the back of his house. So he went out there, he had his iPad with him, and he does apologize for the resolution of this video, but again, recorded on an iPad, all he had at the moment. And as he went outside, he recorded lights sitting in the sky above a field with a helicopter circling them. So check this out. Alright, so as you just saw, and as I said before, the source heard the sounds of the chopper. And this is in Northamptonshire. And he said that he saw 6 to 8 lights above the fields hovering in the sky. And then he said that's when he noticed the helicopter that he had originally heard that was apparently circling these lights. He said in his email that that noise of this chopper fading in and out as it circled these things is what got his attention to begin with. So he asked me if there's anything else that is currently coming our way, and we did actually receive another email, because I check my email probably once every 20 minutes because I get so many in. And by the way, if you've emailed me and I haven't gotten back, rest assured I will. I'm getting almost over 100 emails a day now with various footage, so it can take me a few days to respond. But I did get another email from a source near this area who also described, after watching our video about the strange sounds in California, that they are also seeing a lot of helicopter traffic near this area, as well as strange lights in the distance. And as I said, this is an ongoing thing, so anybody out there in the Midlands, in the UK, Northamptonshire, see these things or get video, get them to me. I'm sure I'll get more video as I've just gotten this footage in, but again, very, very mysterious. I'd like to know what's going on out there. What are these lights hovering up in the sky? And as you heard in the audio, you can definitely hear this chopper circling whatever these lights are. And I doubt that there would be helicopters out there circling things if they were something natural or man-made. So this has definitely got my attention, so any of you guys out there, keep your eyes open. And as I was talking about in our last video, we were talking about these mystery booms that are happening all over Southern California. Well, since I put that video out, I cannot tell you how many emails I have received in the past 24 hours from people all over the world who are hearing these strange sounds as well. So this is not just something that is specific to Southern California. I have gotten messages from Boston, from Finland, from the UK, as well as a ton of emails from Southern California where these sounds have been heard, and everyone's telling me, yes, this is exactly what's happening. It does not sound natural. These strange sounds have been happening for a very long time, and no one, even the police, they don't know. Scientists don't know what's going on. So again, send me your videos or your audio if you capture these strange sounds, and we'll definitely post it up on the channel. So, a lot of strange things happening. ISS is being shut down, strange things next to the sun, lights in the sky being circled by helicopters, and this is a little off topic, but nonetheless applies to this type of cover-up research that we're doing. Mr. Edward Snowden recently posted a very kind of cryptic tweet the other day. And if you don't know, Edward Snowden is the U.S. Whistleblower who in 2013 leaked an array of intelligence documents that basically uncovered the NSA's domestic spying apparatus and project, and how the NSA was basically gathering all these records of ours, recording all of our phone calls, checking all of our emails, and he blew the lid off of it. So he has now been in Russia, he's been granted asylum, and he posted sort of a cryptic tweet that everybody in the Twittersphere is kind of up in arms about. The tweet says, and I quote, "Did you work with me? Have we talked since 2013? Please recontact me securely or talk to Barton Gelman." And then he says, "It's time." So what is it time for? And in that tweet, he is referring to the journalist Barton Gelman, who is currently writing a book about Snowden's time working for the government. And here's an actual tweet in reply to Snowden's from Mr. Gelman saying, "If you have information on the work of Mr. Snowden and what he did in the government, help me tell it truthfully." So again, we have a sort of a cryptic tweet by Mr. Snowden saying it's time. So could be something big. They're about to blow the lid off. And I just hope that Mr. Snowden is in a very safe place where the government cannot get to him. Because as we know, you will be taken out for shit like this. And that brings me to another point. Lastly, I received the book that I was talking about the other day. The Philip Marshall 9/11 cover-up book that I had ordered from Amazon and paid like $300 for. That order, which was mysteriously canceled, and the seller completely disappeared off Amazon. So I finally had to reorder it, and it finally got shipped to me. Now, this book, again, written from a well-respected pilot, Philip Marshall, where he talks about the cover-up behind the World Trade Center attacks. And again, Mr. Marshall was murdered along with his entire family, even his dog. all executed with bullets to the head shortly after this book was published. So I had to get a copy of it. I'm happy that the copy has finally came. There's a lot of digital copies online, but you never know. Stuff could be edited out of those. I wanted a real copy, and I found a used copy, and that's really all you can find these days. And yeah, it just arrived. So expect a video on that where I will talk about what was in the book. Geez, I don't even know if I should even talk about what's in the book. But yeah, people died over this book. And it seems that a lot of you, since watching that video where I first talked about it, have gone online and bought the other copies. Because when I was online the other day purchasing my copy, there were about 5 or 6 used copies on Amazon selling for between $200 and $400. Now today, when I went and checked Amazon, there are only 2 copies online from 2 new sellers. So all of those other copies have been sold. And these 2 new copies that are on Amazon, which are used, by the way, in good condition but used like mine is, are selling for upwards of $1,400 a piece. So, again, if you can afford it, obviously this is a book that's in demand. It's not being published anymore. Once all of the copies are gone, they are gone. So I am intrigued. I'm going to be reading this book tonight, so I will do a review soon as to what is within. So, thanks for stopping by. Let me know what you think about all of this strange stuff going on, and be sure to stick around. I've got a lot more coming, a lot of emails and footage to get to, and I will be posting another video very soon. So, thanks for watching, stick around, and I'll see you back in just a bit. Stay safe, guys.